Welcome to Honey Love Dating Academy. I am so excited that you are here today. I am Coach Honey Love. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I want to have a conversation with you when it comes to dating in 2025. You can be a single woman who is dating with a purpose. You are tired of the games. You want to date a man who has a purpose, who is intentional, and he is looking for a wife. You may be here because you want dating strategies. You need some encouragement on your dating journey. And as Coach Honeylove, I want to help you when it comes to dating in 2025. You may not had the best experiences in 2024 and you are just ready to date differently. So you are in the right place. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel when it comes to the Honey Love Dating Academy. I hope that you will be able to see dating videos with dating strategies that's going to help you to position yourself as a wife. So let's go ahead and get into today's message because I want to help you on your dating journey. Okay. So here are the three excuses single men tell single women while dating. And I know that you can be frustrated. I know that you have probably heard them all. And so this is going to be a uplifting message, and I want you to know that I understand what you are going through. I want you to know how you can handle yourself, how you can process your emotions, and what can you do to actually start moving forward when it comes to positioning yourself as a wife, when it comes to dating a marriage minded man. Okay, because later are the days for dating a man who is relationship minded. And I'm sure that you want to date a man who is really into you. You want to date a man who is trustworthy, who is loving, who loves God. And you want to date a man who wants to be a husband just as much as you want to be a future wife. So, the number one dating excuse that some men can make is that you are out of my league. So you could be dating this guy, you have talked on the phone multiple times. Not only have you talked on the phone multiple times, you have possibly went out on dates, and you may feel like you have those good conversations, but there's something missing. He's not telling you how he feels about you. You may see that he was attentive in the beginning, but now he's not as attentive. You may be at the point to where you want to know how he feels about you. You want him to be open, honest, and transparent with you. And so you start to have the conversation. Hey, you know, where are we? How do you feel about me? Um, have you, maybe thought about a relationship? Have you thought about the direction that we are going? And he says to you, you are out of my league. And that could baffle you. Like, wait a minute, I'm out of your league? Yes. Some men will tell you that you are out of their league because they don't necessarily want to step up to the plate. They don't want that type of responsibility. And let's go ahead and get into the first reason why some men will make this excuse, and that is he recognizes that you know your worth. You have been working on yourself. You've been doing the inner work. You've been healing. You've been praying. You've been fasting. And you have invested into your personal development. And because of that, you know who you are. You know your worth. You know where you're going. You've been working on your goals. You've been strategizing how can you move to the next level in your life. And so you look good on resume. You have a prayer life. And when you're dating this guy, he may look good on his resume, but he may not feel as compatible with you as you would have hoped. And so he knows that you know your worth. And he may be actually looking for a different type of woman. He may be looking for a different type of experience. So when it comes to you, you know your worth. You're confident. You're sure of yourself. And that's nothing to be ashamed about. That's nothing to be discouraged about. So, since he knows that you know your worth, he's going to tell you, you are out of my league. And that's something that shouldn't make you feel like you're stuck. You shouldn't feel like you need to deal with that. But maybe it's going to be time for you to evaluate where you are in this dating experience. And do you want to continue to have this type of dating experience? If you don't, go ahead and count your losses now rather than later. Okay. Number two is that he hasn't met a woman like you before, and he is very comfortable. He is very comfortable with dating a certain type of woman. And with him being very comfortable with dating a certain type of woman, that means is that some women are okay with the excuses that he has made. Some women don't necessarily challenge him. And if you don't want to take the excuses, if you would like to challenge him in certain ways where he doesn't want to be challenged and he's comfortable, well, sweetheart, you're just going to have to leave him right where he is and let him enjoy being comfortable. Because if you are dating with the intention of marriage, if you are positioning yourself as a wife, okay, when it comes to marriage, when you do get to that point, husbands and wives in a positive way challenge each other to do better because you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and you support each other in life challenges, difficulties, and tragedies, and so much more. So when it comes to dating a man, if he's comfortable with dating a certain type of woman and you see things about him where he can improve, and if he doesn't want to, that's his choice. And if this is something that is a non negotiable for you, you might as well go ahead and count your losses sooner rather than later. Because as you are positioning yourself as a wife, as you are dating yourself, I'm sorry, dating a man who you're getting to know, and if he's comfortable and you're like, I'm not okay with that. And that's okay. So put a one in the comment section if you agree with what I just said, or put in the comment section what spoke to you. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel in order for you to get more dating gems. Okay. So here's the third one. He has told you you are out of my league because he cannot see a future with you. If he cannot see a future with you, that means is that he has already evaluated, he has already assessed the value that you bring, who you are, how you make him feel, and he cannot see a future with you. So, if he can't see a future with you, if your dating experience can't turn into a courtship, that's his loss. And you don't need to be making excuses for a man who cannot see a future with you. Remember that if a man is into you and you've been dating for 3 months or 6 months and you haven't entered into a relationship, well, that's a problem because if your dating purpose is to date for marriage, and if he can't see a future with you, he's going to string you along. That's not what you want, right? You don't want a man to string you along. You want a man who has clear vision, who knows exactly where he's going, and who can make up his mind about you and who knows the type of woman he wants to be with. So that's something to consider. Put a one in the comment section if you believe when a man is dating with a purpose, when a man is intentional about you, that he will talk to you about his future and he can see a future with you. Not only that, he'll be able to confess his future with you. If this man that you are currently dating, or some of the other men that you have dated, if they haven't communicated these things with you, they were never marriage material. So, a man who is marriage material, he can tell you his plans for you. He can tell you his future and where he's going. So, that as a woman can give you the reassurance that you want, that you need, and it's just such a good, stable feeling to know that a man knows what he wants, where he wants to go, and who he wants to go with. Okay? So, here is the second excuse some men make, and that is all men cheat and flirt with other women. You could be out on a date looking good, okay? You may be working out, looking snatched, and you know, you looking good, okay? Like when you go out, you look cute, okay? Right? Put a one in the comment section. When you go out on dates, you look cute, okay? You may dress to the T. You dot your I's and you cross your T's when you go out on them dates. Yes, girl. So you go out on a date and another woman walks by and he sees her and he starts to flirt with her and look her up and down. And you notice and you wait until his attention is guided toward you. And as you wait for his attention to be guided toward you, you ask him, "Hey, I noticed that you were looking at her. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but um, I don't appreciate a man who flirts with a woman in front of me. We're getting to know each other, we're dating, and I have a boundary with a man flirting with a woman in front of me." And he says to you, all men flirt. And that could take you back a little bit. Like, excuse me? All men flirt. Hmm. Okay. So Let me tell you, if he will flirt with a woman in front of you and he tells you that he's basically comfortable with flirting with women in front of you, he is going to continuously make those excuses. And he is not going to care how you feel about it. You have to be a confident woman. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to already be tapped in with your voice or be willing to learn your voice. And when you step up to the plate and say, you know what, this is a non negotiable for me, because respectful men know how to look without flirting and they know how to do that. They have that discipline. So when you date a man who is not disciplined and he flirts with other women in front of you and he says, oh, it's okay, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Number two is if a man even tells you, let's say you get in a committed relationship at some point and he cheats. There's a saying, all men cheat. I don't believe that. All men do not cheat. There are men who are disciplined. If you as a woman can be disciplined, so can he. I'm going to say this. You cannot change a man. Only God can change a man's mind. That's right. Only God can change a man's mind. So when it comes to you dating a man, and if you want to try to change his mind about cheating, about flirting, no, you can only influence a man in the sense of bringing it to his attention. Hopefully, he holds himself accountable, takes responsibility, and don't do it again. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes, but if it's early in the stages, you might want to, assess where you are. Truthfully, only God can change a man's mind. Only God can deal with a man's heart. So when it comes to you dating a man, if he wants to make these excuses, they are going to get greater down the line than less. Number three is that he wants you to excuse his excuses. He wants you to make him feel good about his excuses. And that is not okay. That's not okay. He wants you to excuse his excuses and make him feel good. Why? He's done this before. He'll do it again. A marriage minded man who is able to hold himself accountable and be responsible for his actions, that's a marriage minded man. Again, no man is perfect. People make mistakes, but there are only certain mistakes that are non negotiable. When you're dating, when you're in a relationship, what happens in the dating and relationship stage can grow larger and be amplified in a marriage. So it's something to think about, right? And I really want to encourage you to not make excuses for a man who can't hold himself accountable and responsible. All right. So here's the third tip. No man is going to wait to have sex with you. So if you're abstinent, you're waiting for marriage, you're waiting for a certain time before you have sex with a man, just know that a man will wait for you if he's disciplined enough. If you can challenge a man to step up to the occasion, even if he's never done anything like this before, Like, if you are the future wife for a man and he's never been abstinent in his life and you challenge him and he really likes you, he'll be willing to sacrifice himself for you. You're living sacrificially by being abstinent, and he will be willing to be abstinent. There are some men who already come with this mindset that he wants to be abstinent until marriage, that he wants to be abstinent the woman that he's dating. And that is encouraged because when you are abstinent, it helps you to have clearer judgment about things. When you have sex with a man, it can cloud your judgment. It can make you not see things. It can make you excuse behavior. So, if a man says to you, no man is going to wait to have sex with you, that's a lie. That's a lie. If that's your heart desire, I believe that God will honor you if that is your heart desire. So, number one is for sure, he's probably had plenty of sex with other women and does not see the value to wait. If he doesn't see the value to wait, it's like, okay, it doesn't mean that you need to cave in. It doesn't mean that. My husband and I have been married for 12 years, and we were able to be abstinent in our courtship and waited till marriage. I know several other people that have too. It's important for me to share these types of testimonies for you to know that it's possible. Maybe you have heard of such things, and that's a good thing. Like I've said before in this message, he may have a lack of discipline. If he has a lack of discipline when it comes to sex, you can't change his mind. Only he can change his mind. You don't have to earn him to see things from your perspective. You don't have to do that. So that's the reason why it's important to have conversations and to see what a man does with his actions. Actions speak louder than words, and there are men who have discipline. There are men who pray for discipline. You've gotten to where you are. If you're waiting, you have gotten to where you are with discipline. You are worth the wait. A man who is willing to be abstinent, he's worth the wait too. And then number three is a woman may not have ever challenged him this way before. If a woman has not challenged him like this before, that means is that, again, he doesn't see the value, but he doesn't want to be challenged. He doesn't want to be challenged. So, when it comes to you dating a man and being able to communicate who you are, what you represent, what you believe, and what you value, you want to make sure you're dating a man that values the same things that you value, or he honors what you value. Okay? So, before I get into the dating tips, I want to encourage you to join the actual Honey Love Dating Academy, where we meet twice a month, every second and fourth Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a wonderful time. We have a sisterhood, and this is a safe place for us to talk about what it means to be a wife material woman, dating a marriage minded man, how to overcome dating challenges, and for you to know that you are not alone and that you can get the support and the encouragement that you need on your dating journey. Okay, so let's get back to the message. I am going to encourage you to not date a man that makes excuses. That's right. I'm going to encourage you not to date a man that makes excuses. Date a man who is willing to talk with you, hear about your concerns, who is willing to challenge himself from his inner man, who is willing to hear you out, who is willing to hold himself accountable and responsible. So, in 2025, I want to encourage you to date this type of man. Date a man, again, who is not about making excuses about himself or his situation, who is transparent, who can be vulnerable once you get to know him. And that's pleasant to have disagreeing or challenging conversations with you. It's like a relief because when you start off like this and you take those tools into your marriage, you're better off. Number two is, like I said, date a man that's transparent. I already talked about that. Date a man that loves God and that knows him, has a relationship with him, and who is compelled to treat you right because he has a relationship with God. Number four, date a man who pursues you, who makes you feel like he's curious about you, he's into you, he wants to get to know you, he wants to spend time with you, and you don't have to plead or beg him for anything. And lastly, date a man who knows how to be respectful again and can disagree with you. You'll have a more pleasant dating experience when you can date this type of man in 2025. If you desire to be married, dating a man like this is possible, right? I believe that God gives us the desires of our heart. And like I said, if you desire it, you can have it and you can receive it, right? So, again, I'm going to encourage you to join the Honey Love Dating Academy. We meet January 14th, 2025, 8 p.m. on Zoom. If you want to join, if you want to have a membership, if you want to have a place where you belong and you desire a wife mindset, visit this website, right? Visit this website, join the Honey Love Dating Academy. You won't regret it. I have I have a few testimonies of ladies that have joined the Honey Love Dating Academy. They went from dating relationship minded men to marriage minded men, and they under, started to understand themselves better. They understand men better. They have the dating strategies, they've applied them. Um, Again, they went from relationship minded men to marriage minded men. And it didn't take the men that they are dating very long to make up their mind. A few of them are married, and it's just been a wonderful journey to see women marry the man that they really wanted to marry, right? So, like I said, I'm Coach Honeylove. I'm going to encourage you to join the Honeylove Dating Academy. Definitely. I hope that you like this video. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Honey Love Dating Academy. Also, in the Honey Love Dating Academy, once you join, you will be able to ask me 2 dating feminine, or life questions per month, and I want to respond to you within 24 hours with a text message. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like it, share this video with your bestie, and subscribe. I hope that you had an amazing time. I hope that you were able to take some notes, and I am going to, um, you know, keep you in my prayers. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.